at this really neat thing. This actually it looks better when you put like a clear quartz crystal and it spins, and it creates these colors that go off, and they're prisms. And as I always tell everybody, prisms represent different aspects of our life. And when we receive divine inspiration, whatever comes out of that divine inspiration, we have these beautiful prisms that make manifest the people, the situations, the things that we need. And I'm just getting out of that old, that focus of that earthly people focus. I'm looking over at earthly people. Ooh. Oh, this is taking forever. Why does this take so long? And I'm like, just think it. Just think it. You can make it happen. But, sometimes we think things and we know we want them to happen. We get determined and we make them happen. And then we have too many things that happen. And so for March the 2nd through March the 9th, 2020, we have some interesting aspects going on, but I can guarantee you last week, and especially over the weekend, you went through that which I shared with you, is I said to kind of like chill out and step back, because that energy of temptation is going to be there, and there's going to be a lot of things that are going to want to pull you backwards into parts of yourself that have been pretty not you. And you've been working really hard at staying grounded. Me, I noticed this week I had this bump on my finger. I thought, it looks like arthritis. And so I said to myself, where's this coming from? And the first thing that came to me is that it's just the way, it's like how I hold everything. I'll hold everything. I'm a caretaker. And even when people say things that can be really cruel, I tend to hold things. And why do I do that? I'm not saying I can't attack back, but when I attack back, it doesn't feel good either. I think I do that because it's not right. It just doesn't feel right to be mean, to other people, because we're all mirrors of each other. And so this week I asked everybody to take 3 minutes every day and just to be quiet, to be still. And I hope that you did that, because by doing that, you would have been able to clear your mind and just release all of that yuckiness that can just build up on you. And hopefully you also were able to say no to those temptations, and yes, to taking time for yourself. So I still have a few things I need to do that I promised myself I was going to do while I was here, and I haven't done. And one of them is to sync my phone, my watch. I'm doing this. I'm taking some videos. So you'll be seeing an old shanty fishing town, and it's a real neat place up here. It's cold, so we'll be all bundled up. But it's nice sometimes to get away. And so I talked about forgiveness, and I think that really in order to forgive somebody else, we have to forgive ourselves. If we can't forgive somebody else, it's because there's something about ourselves we can't forgive. Because we were We are creatures that are built to forgive. But the thing that was happening last week was I kept saying, you get all this negativity you're putting out there when really all it's doing is showing you what you're creating within the cells of your body. So as we go into this next week, I really think this next week is really significant. We're going to be having a full moon, and that's coming up in a couple weeks. But so we're kind of in that waning stages of the moon, the new moon, new beginnings. And I said, I met a lady in a store over here. And what was the name of the store? Evolve. That was the name of the store. And it is in Glen Arbor, Michigan. It's a wonderful store. You have to check it out. And there's a metaphysical store.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
Both of them. What's the other one? There's some really neat stores. Shame on me because I should have the names of them with me. But I met some really neat people, and one lady I talked to, I'm going to step back and drop off my book, Wake Up Your Intuition. If you're interested in waking up your intuition, it's a great book to open up your intuition. And also, next week I'm going to be doing a tarot class. And so if you're wanting to move down and learn more about it's Carl Jung's process. Yeah, you have to be a pretty intelligent person to be able to do this, and I'm just going to tell you that because it deals with the mind, and it deals with the different stages that we go through. And when I say intelligent, the way I teach tarot, I teach tarot, it's through intellect. It makes sense. I don't do woo-woo stuff, I guess you could say. So it will take you, it's like a psychology deck. And it takes you through these different stages that we all go through in life. And using each of the elements, the air, which is thinking and speaking, the earth, which is that which we create from. Earth is important. It's touching, feeling. It's a part of those sensory modalities that I teach about when I teach about waking up your intuition. And the other one that is really important is water, which represents emotion. And then fire, which represents energy. We need all those things. We need all those elements. So when you incorporate the elements with the major arcana, and then we have the minor arcana, which is beginning. Each number has a meaning, beginning of something coming together. It tells a story. And the first 10 cards of the major arcana is the story that represents our soul's journey. And just from the time we're young to get a little bit older. And the second part represents our soul's journey to the time we leave our earth body to ascension. We're going through an ascension right now. There's a lot of changes going on. And the mantra this week is going to have a lot to do with why I think this is happening, what we're supposed to do. And so last week I was talking about taking time to go in. It was really important, and I fought hard to do it this weekend, and I hope that many of you fought hard to stand your ground for what was important to you, because many of you have been saying, I am exhausted. I just need to go slow and just take time for me, I'm so busy running around, I'm taking care of everybody. And if I want to lay in bed an extra 20 minutes, right? I said it really clearly. Don't keep track of time. Because you know what? This, I can show you on my finger. This is, the body getting old, getting tired, getting worn down. And so really, really saying no and saying, hey, you know what? You go. I've told so many people that. I had a lady that wanted to go to, was supposed to go out to Las Vegas, and she just didn't want to go. And so she said to her family, you go. And that's okay. So I hope you honored yourself and you did things because it was about you resting. And it's still about that. And don't forget that this week as we move into some more aspects where we have Mars emotions. Communication's high. If you have not decided what your communication points are for relationships and you do not make those communication points this week, relationships will fail. And I'm talking about not just personal relationships. I'm talking about in the workplace. You will blow. So, if that person, and I say this because I know some of you talk to me, and you've been telling me you've been trying to talk, and that person is just like they're on the phone, they don't want to see you. Because they're disappointed in themselves. Say goodbye. You gotta communicate. It's not possible to have a relationship unless you communicate. I'm just telling you, it's not possible. So, the mantra, I don't have my little thingy file here, but I wanted to, before I started, let everybody know that I did pick up the stones, the Lemurian stones. The Lemurian stones have like some color in them. And I did a Metatrons cube, and there is a vortex here. My husband doesn't even know where it is, but I know where it is, because I was told where it was by a Native American man. And he asks me, I'll tell him. And so I have some stones that I'm going to channel towards that vortex. Now it's snowing, so it's important. I want to read something really quick. It's know the spirit with which ye do a thing is the spirit that will respond to thee. Edgar Casey said that. He said, it's not what one says that counts, but what one is. And I love to open up my Dhammapada and read. And so this one I'm picking up on, interestingly so, is my favorite number. It's number 4. Flowers. Who will master this world and the realms of Yama and the gods? Who will select a well-taught Dharma teaching as a skilled person selects a flower? One in training will master this world and the realms of the Yama and the gods. One in training will select a well-taught Dharma teaching as a skilled person selects a flower. Knowing the body is like foam, fully awake to its mirage like nature, cutting off Mara's flowers. One goes unseen by the king of death, death sweeps away the person obsessed with gathering flowers, and as great flood sweeps away any sleeping, as a great flood sweeps away any sleeping village, the person obsessed with gathering flowers, insatiable for the sense of pleasures, is under the sway of death. As a bee gathers nectar and moves on without harming the flower, its color or its fragrance, just so should a sage walk through a village. Do not consider the faults of others or what they have or haven't done. Consider rather what you yourself has not done yet. Like a beautiful flower, brightly colored, but lacking scent, so are well-spoken words, fruitless when not carried out. Like a beautiful flower, brightly colored and with scent, so are well-spoken words, fruitful when carried again. Just from a heap of flowers, many garlands can be made, so you, with your mortal life, should do many skillful things. Think about that. The scent of the flowers, sandalwood, jasmine, and rose bay, doesn't go against the wind, but the scent of the virtuous person does travel against the wind. It spreads in all directions. The scent of virtue is unsurpassed. Everybody, even by sandalwood, rose bay, water lily, and jasmine, sight in the scent of rose bay or sandalwood. But the scent of the virtuous is supreme, drifting even to the gods. Mara does not find the path of those endowed with virtue, living with vigilance, and freed, listen to this, and freed with right understanding. When you get to that point of not being attached to being so like after an answer and you just know, I just get it. I'm not doing this anymore. And you're freed. You're free. And this is an opportunity this week for you to become free again. You can do it. And as sweet as smelling lotus, pleasing to the heart, may grow in a heap of rubbish, so a disciple of the fully awakened one shines with wisdom amid the rubbish heap of blind, common people. And the next chapter is the fourth. I like that chapter. I love the Dhammapada. If you don't have one, I recommend you pick up this book. It's a great book. And I also picked up 4 Agreements. I know I'm always giving away my Dhammapadas and 4 Agreements. And if you get a chance to pick up my Wake Up Your Intuition, it's a great way to develop your intuition. Remember that. So we're in a different time right now. Yesterday, it's funny, we wanted to change things. We were very clever. So we wanted to change the world and make the world a better place. And now, we've become very wise. So we're changing ourselves. So, the mantra goes like this. I'll just do the Om. Close your eyes. Yesterday, I thought I was very clever. So I wanted to change the world. Today, I am wise and I am present. So I am changing myself. And that's what it's about. If you can't take care of the things you feel and you're running around doing what someone else wants to do, you're never going to be happy. First, be happy with yourself. And we've learned very much through growing up that we should make everybody else happy or we're selfish. And the truth is, as long as you're not doing something like hurting them, right? Like physically hurting a person. If they're making you crazy in your head, is that good? Because it goes both ways. And with that, I want to wish you a wonderfully blessed week. Peace to you. Have a great week. Namaste. Mahalo. Thank you. Peace to you. And remember, you matter. You don't have to give yourself up for people to love you. That's something I'm learning. And I'll let you know more about it as we journey along the next part of the video series I do, where I am starting in my own life, and I will be sharing situations that I am in and the things that I need to change for me, for my own happiness. And remember, when you're happy, people around you are happy too. And with that, have a great week. You can download the app, Kimmie Rose. Please also come over to the radio station and listen to us every Thursday in WAKT 102.7. Also on Tuesdays, on Ola and Rella in the morning. And if you're interested in a workshop and you're interested in learning on how to wake up your intuition, wake up, just go ahead and go over to litetheway.com or download the app Kimmie Rose, and there's other books there too. And I hope you enjoy your life as you age. I'm Kimmie Rose. I want to thank the people who have given their gifts to me, and share their gifts, meditation, and peace to you. And thanks, Davin, for all your help. 734-854-1514. Peace.